Hey, welcome to our Business 180D class. I'm super excited for us to go through this together. And right now, we're going to just go over the parts of Word. So we're going to be spending a lot of time in Word. This is Microsoft Word. You can download Office 365, which includes Word, from your MyMCC. If you go to your email, click in the upper left corner. There is instructions in the class. If you need help with it, just let us know. We'll take care of you. But in here, we're just going to go over a couple terms, something to hopefully help as we move forward. So in the upper left corner, we're going to first start with what we call our Backstage view. So we're going to go to File, and this is what we call Backstage. Now, mine may look a little bit different because I have set mine up a little bit differently, but this just gives us an idea of where we can go to get a new document, including some amazing templates. These are kind of fun, very helpful as we move forward. You can look for business, cards, flyers. As you can see, there's quite a few that you can make your own. Open, so if you have documents saved on your computer, you can go there and click Browse. If you are using MCC's OneDrive, you can sync up your OneDrive in here as well. There is options to save as. This is where you'd come to print. You can come in here under Options, and this gives you a lot of our settings for Office and Word. So that's kind of our Backstage view there. So if you're ever told to go to the Backstage view, this is where we're headed. Similarly, I don't think I can say that word, but we're going to try anyway. Across the top here, we went to the File. We are now at what we call a ribbon. This top part is what we know as a ribbon. Now, it's not the whole thing would be considered the same ribbon. There's different ribbons, what we talk about. So we have Home ribbon, the Insert ribbon, the Draw ribbon. These are all different ribbons. And you'll notice as we work in Word that you'll get a new ribbon under certain options. So if you've inserted a picture, you have different things. So if I highlight text, I'm not going to get an extra ribbon because I have the text options right here. But if I insert a picture, so we're just going to do that really quickly. We'll just do a quick stock image. A stock image, if you are not familiar, these are ones that anyone can use. These are pretty typical that anyone has license to use. So blueberries, delicious. Love blueberries. We're going to insert that in there. And if I click on this, you'll notice I have a new ribbon, which is the picture format ribbon. So I have even more options. If I click off of this, the picture format ribbon disappears. So that is what is meant by a ribbon. Now, each ribbon does different things. We're going to be visiting almost every single one of these. In each ribbon, you'll notice they're kind of in little groups, right? They're little groups. There's this little line here. There are these little groups that we can access. And not only can we do quick changes, we can also go to this little square with an arrow, and it'll open up a new window. It gives us option to do even more things. So for example, I like to show the font one. So if I'm in font, you'll notice I can change the font type, the size, I can make it bold, I can change the color, I can go here and change it to look really cool. Lots of kind of fun options in here, which I really like. But we sometimes look at this. So you'll see there's different ways that they have some stylistic sets. Really kind of neat. But if you want even more options, I click my little arrow, and it gives us the same options, but it gives us a few different ones. It gives us an advanced. So this is a little bit more in depth. So if you don't see the option you're looking for in these little sets, you can click that arrow, and that will give you those options. So that is our beautiful ribbon across the top. Down here at the bottom of our screen, we have some helpful things here. We can see our word count. We have typed 6 words. We can see how many pages we have, what page we're on. My personal favorite is down here on the bottom right though. I have the zoom option. Everyone's screen is a different size. I'm actually working on a larger monitor, so I can see a lot of my screen. But if I want to zoom in a little bit further, I can either click or I can drag this to be bigger or larger depending on what I'm working on. Those are some big blueberries now. Woo, those look delicious. Something else that I would like to notate is we are in what they call a print layout. So this is a pretty standard view of Word. If you ever end up or open something in something called a read mode, this is kind of typical. I've seen this before, and it kind of freaks people out because it looks different. There's different tools. It's kind of a little bit more of a simplified version of Word. However, it doesn't help us. So if that ever happens, all you'll do is come down here, click on that print layout option, and that'll bring us back to the view we like. Since Word has so many options and so many things you can do in it, something that helps me is if I'm not sure what something does. So for example, we're going to go back to our font area here. We've got lots of letter A's. If I hover over it, not clicking, and just leave my mouse, it'll actually tell me what the button does, as well as sometimes it'll even give you a keyboard shortcut as well. So that's kind of a neat idea and a neat helpful tip that has helped me as I have worked in Word. So if you would like to adjust your layout, you can come in here to layout. You can adjust your view. View is more of how you are viewing your particular Word document. You can actually turn off the ruler across the top here. I can turn that off if I don't want to see that. I can turn on some grid lines, which are kind of cool if you're ever making something a little bit more creative. And you can turn on all of these different views. Just be aware when you're adjusting your view, sometimes it does affect what tools you can see, so just something to be aware of. We're going to be going in through each of these ribbons together. We're going to be doing a lot of great stuff in here together. One other thing I do want to notate in the upper right-hand corner is when you are using Office 365, you'll see that you are signed in under your muskegoncc.edu profile. This does not mean that we have access to your computer. This does not mean we're going to do anything on your computer. You're simply using the license. So just the heads up, your information is still private. You don't have to worry about that. As I scroll to the bottom, like I said, the different views, we can see our different ribbons. Just kind of a review there. And that's pretty much a nice little tour of Word. We're going to go through these a little bit more in depth, but just wanted to get you familiar with this. And here's the best part. You can come in here, you can click around, you can do different things. I would recommend open a Word document, open a blank document, and just start clicking around, seeing what happens. That's the best way to get familiar with Word and how it works. So excited for you guys to take this class, and have a great night.